So
That's Slades.
So I felt uncomfortable and out of place. 5 minutes later, tall dude starts walking towards me, comes up and gives me 5. It's Jayson Tatum. I'm in the same club with Jayson Tatum. I'm like, what the hell is this? That ain't what's up. No, I only hear that crap when you always talk, that's what's up. No, it ain't what's up. I'm going to turn 64 years old. This man right now barely can, he might be 21.
He just turned 21.
21, we can give that a drink. I'm like, I know I'm in the wrong place.
The big girls love that. Chicks love the last shot opportunity. Somebody give me a napkin so I can wipe my mouth.
The Celtics 4-1, Max. A lot more basketball left, but I gotta say, for a team that's faced off against the Philadelphia 76ers, they faced off against the Milwaukee Bucks. They've been looking pretty good for where they are right now. But I want to specifically talk about what Jayson Tatum has meant to this team and what his future looks like, because you've been around the league, you've been around this game for so long, and my question, I guess, is where do you stand with Jayson Tatum in the sense of his stardom? How good is Jayson Tatum? Okay, let's get right into it.
Well, let's look at it this way in saying that Philadelphia probably could have had Jayson Tatum and decided to pass on and get Markelle Fultz.
One of the biggest mess ups
in
NBA draft history.
Let's start there.
Yeah. Imagine what that team would look like with Jayson Tatum on it.
The kid can play. I mean, there's so many things he can do offensively. I still think he's just scratched the surface offensively. Where I want to see him get better is on the defensive end. One thing he's going to have to stop doing is looking to get calls every single time. You're not going to get calls every single time until you become a superstar in this league. Right now, he's a star, not a superstar. And you're not going to get calls because of that. Officials are going to look at you in a crazy way. Give you a newsflash. Here's something that was great last night. After the game, I had a couple of my frat brothers who are makers. Sci-Fi came to the game, and they saw me and they were like, "Well, why don't we go out after the game?" And they was like, I was like, "Where are you guys going?" So we're going to Slade's. That's a club.
Oh, Slade's.
Yeah, Slade's is here in Boston,
Yeah.
on Tremont Street. Bill Russell owned it at one time, way back in the day.
Slade goes back that far?
Yeah, it goes back that far. Wow. Now everybody's wondering, so how you tying this in with Jayson Tatum?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sitting there, and I walked to the back for a minute, and the guy introduced me when I came in. It was kind of a hip hop crowd, your kind of crowd,
of course.
So
that's Slade's.
So I felt uncomfortable and out of place. 5 minutes later, tall dude starts walking towards me, comes up and gives me 5. It's Jayson Tatum. I'm in the same club with Jayson Tatum. I'm like, what the hell is this? That ain't what's up. No, I only hear that crap when you always talk, that's what's up. No, it ain't what's up. I'm going to turn 64 years old. This man right now barely can, he might be 21.
He just turned 21.
21, we can give that a drink. I'm like, I know I'm in the wrong place. So that was funny as hell. And he first thing he said, man,
that's funny.
I come here right now, man, because they got the best chicken wings around.
Yeah,
so,
they do. Yeah, it's the best. It's the best.
So he got some chicken wings. And after I saw him, they started playing music from Nelly because he's from St. Louis. And I was like, dude, it's time for me to go. I got 12 wings to go. And I walked out. And that's my tie with Jayson Tatum from last night.
That's Friday night at Slade's, though. That's to be expected.
I did not know. I'm just going out because my frat.
What you thought you were going to see?
Because my frat was going to be there.
What you thought you were going to see?
I didn't really know. I knew some of the frat brothers of mine were older. They were, middle-aged guys like me. I was like, okay, cool. I'll go hang out with them. Nah, I go in. I'm see Jayson Tatum 5 minutes. I said, dude, it's time to go home. Knew I was out of my environment.
So Tatum be in the hood, huh?
Yeah, Tatum ventures out. I guess
goes to the hood.
Chicken wings are good, but he's just gonna be a great player. I think that that if he can stay healthy, and what he's gone through in life and different things, and having such a supportive family, and to have a child, I think even more so at his young age, it's going to probably mature him a lot faster than a lot of other players.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
So I like his trajectory. Everybody wants to say, well, he became kind of friends. Kobe Bryant adopted him as the next Kobe Bryant. Well, the other day, last night's game against the New York Knicks, that was a Kobe Bryant shot. About an 18-foot fake left, go right, jump shot straight up in the air. That was Kobe-ish.
All right, here we go. Smart, looking for Tatum. Gets it in. Tatum takes it, makes it.
So, you did see that from him. I want him to take more ownership on the boards, getting more rebounds. There was one point in that game the Celtics got out rebounded by 12 or 13, and I looked at the stat sheet early in the game, and Jayson Tatum only had 1 rebound. That's what he's going to have to improve his game defensively and rebound the basketball if he's going to be that much more effective in this league.
My thing with him is getting to the free throw line. He's got to do a better job getting to the free throw line. I mean, look at Kemba Walker he got there 14 times, and he made all of them. Like, that's what puts you above and beyond in terms of being a 25, 26 point scorer.
Paul Pierce was that guy, almost shooting 10 a game.
That's what made Paul Pierce 26 point
Kobe
scorer.
Bryant shooting almost 10 or 12 a game.
Exactly.
That is a difference in the way the game is being played and the things that he's going to have to learn. He's going to have to learn to get in the lane a little bit more and get the bumps and get the bangs and get guys up in the air. But because he's more of a jump shooter and he's falling away off 1 foot, you're not going to draw fouls in that situation. You got to be more in the mode of going towards the rim than away from the rim. And the thing about it, it's going to be a little bit harder for him to do that because he's a finesse player. He isn't a power player. He's a finesse player. He's going to beat you with that dribble, snaking in, getting to the basket.
That's what makes him different than Paul.
And that's what makes him different than Kobe. Yeah. Kobe was not a finesse player. Those guys, they wanted to bang.
Right.
People don't realize Paul Pierce was 6'7". He was 240 pounds. Kobe Bryant was 6'8", 230 pounds.
Yeah, but Paul had the footwork though.
Yeah,
that's how he would.
Well, both those guys
nimble with it.
Well, both those guys have that same kind of footwork.
That's
and
true.
who they learned that footwork from? Akeem Olajuwon. That's who really taught both those guys, more and more footwork. And Kobe Bryant, I remember him going there to him. Dwight Howard went to him. A lot of guys went to Olajuwon just for the fact that let me tell me what you know. Let me get some knowledge. And it's funny, he's never been any assistant coach or anything like that. He's just kind of done that, and they pay him. But it's a whole nother scenario he's in.
Has this little 5-game sample size changed your expectation for this team at all, or is it about the same?
No, it hasn't. I think there's a lot of things I'm still looking for this team.
Are you judging Milwaukee after what you saw?
Milwaukee was a great game, and the guy that I was more impressed with, probably I would say, was Gordon Hayward. Watching what Gordon Hayward's been able to do. What we've seen Gordon Hayward do a lot more is get to the basket and finish. It's the Knicks. He had a harder time doing that because of the athletic guys around him. But in the first 4 games, he had been able to get towards the basket almost at will. And so I like his progression. And, you think about winning a couple of these games, and you won a couple of those games without Jaylen Brown. And Jaylen Brown happens to be, one of the keys to what you do. So it'll be nice to get him back and, get him back playing.
Especially knocking off the Bucks without Jaylen. I thought that was a huge blow. I was like, this game's going to be really tough for them to win without Jaylen.
Being down by 16 or 17 in the game like that.
19 at one point.
Yeah, that is when you're going, ooh, this is going to be ugly. And then the Celtics kind of crawl back in it. And it's really, we talked to Kemba Walker last night after the game, myself and Sean Grandy, my broadcast partner, and we said to him, he asked him, he said, how much fun is it being here? He said, this is what I live for. And Sean asked him again, he said, well, is this what you expected when you got here? He said, man, this and more. And how the fans have reacted towards him. This is significant for him because this is the first time he's been in this kind of environment. He played in Charlotte. Charlotte's a great city. I love it. But it's not a basketball city like Boston. Right. It's not a sports city like Boston. Right. So for him to be in this environment, he has to be happy as a pig in poo-poo right now.
What?
Those pigs.
I get it, but really?
That's what they say. That's a good Southern line. You want me to say a pig in? That's what you want me to say.
Wait, so that's the thing.
Yeah, that's what people say. You happy right now?
People say that, or you say that?
No, people in the South will say that.
People in the South use that.
Will use that. You know, right now you happy as a pig. Pigs are pretty happy, so I mean that's where he's at.
That never reached up here in Boston.
I don't know, but
I thought that was one of your things.
No,
That's
that's all over the place.
What I love about Kemba Walker is he's gone 3 straight games now with scoring above 30 points, and it's not the huge talking point because this is that kind of team where it's not going to be, oh, Kemba Walker's going to get us out of this, or Jayson Tatum's going to get us out of this. That game against the Milwaukee Bucks was a group effort, but it started on the defensive end.
Yeah.
That's the kind of team I want to see. That needs to be this team's identity. We get the defensive stops, and then it'll translate to offense. The offense is going to be there, whether it's in the second half, because, they've been getting out these slow starts lately, but it boils down to those defensive teams that we remember from the Isaiah Thomas days, and when Brad first came into the league, and once he got the talent that he needed, made these guys defend on a particular level that wouldn't even matter if they're playing whoever. How many times did they beat the Warriors? You know what I mean? It was about the defense.
Yeah, well, and it was really funny because we happened to talk to Kemba Walker about a point like that. It was a point where he had come down late in the game against the Knicks, turned the ball over, and then, as most coaches say, if you make a mistake on your offensive end, don't drop your head, but go back to the defensive end and make amends.
Make it right, yeah.
And he came back on the defensive end. They missed the layup. Kemba comes flying in over taller guys, 6'8", 6'9", grabs this defensive rebound and runs down to the other end, and the Celtics score a basket. Those are winning plays. The thing that Kemba Walker makes is going to make him different is the fact that he knows he doesn't have to score every basket for his team to win a game.
Which he's not used to at all.
In Charlotte, he was like, it's going to be on your shoulders and your shoulders alone.
Shit, we saw it last year against the Celtics. He cooked the Celtics twice.
Yeah, and
dropped 38 on him.
This year is going to be completely different for him. Yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see it unfold, man.
Yeah.
I can't say enough of good things about this team from the rookies. And all the storylines that's been discussed the last few weeks.
Yeah, I mean the storyline, which is really crazy, is you think about the rookies you have, and the best rookie probably right now has been Williams, Grant Williams, who has played a major role in some of these games. And here's a guy who's about 6'5", 6'6", who has been put into a position of playing center for you.
Yep.
Now, the irony of that is you're bringing him in as a 6'6" center when you got a guy on the bench who's 7'6" over there in Taco Bell. I'm calling Taco Bell. I'm sorry. I knew that was going to happen. Taco Paul. Okay.
How many times you said on the radio? At least a couple of times.
Taco Paul, when you look at him and going, wow.
And then the other night, what do? He grabbed 6 offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last Celtics player who did that.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
I mean, he's just a gutty player. He's a smart player. And one thing that's going to happen eventually is going to be Carson Edwards is going to get on.
Yeah.
Right now, he hadn't been able to hit no shots.
Man, I feel like that big night in Cleveland was like...
No, it's not. It's not. That
you don't think it's mental at this point?
It's not false. That's what we'll say. That eventually it's going to rain on somebody. That the bubble is going to bust.
Eventually.
Against
what?
somebody.
Maybe in Cleveland.
Maybe in Cleveland. Right. Back into the place where it happened then. Yeah.
You excited to go back there?
Not really.
Yeah, no. I remember you telling me it's one of those cities that you don't get excited about.
I'm not cranked up about getting to Cleveland. I'm more cranked up when we leave Cleveland. It's just. I always think about Joakim Noah, what he said. He's like, people were pissed off at him when he was with Chicago and he was talking about Cleveland. He's like, Cleveland? Well, what do you do here? He said, in the summertime, do you say, hey, let's get the family together, let's go to Cleveland? I thought that was just one of the funniest lines. I like people.
Let's take a family trip to Cleveland.
Yeah, let's go to Cleveland. I thought that was just a funny ass line. And Cleveland has not lived. Well, with LeBron there and then winning the championship, it seems like some of the curse has gone away. But even now, you think about how everybody had the Browns as the team of destiny.
That's right.
Super Bowl Browns, what they were going to do. They have sucked this year. They have sucked. No, I think you look at them going, okay, can they, bounce back? I don't know, but it's some about some cities that are just, you get buzzard's luck. That's what I say. Just buzzard's luck.
Yeah, that's true. The last time I was there was when Gordon Hayward got hurt. And it was just LeBron left. They haven't sent me back there since. So we'll see. All right, Bill. Last thing before we wrap this up, I want to make sure I don't forget about this. Golden State Warriors. What happens now? What do you do if you're the Golden State Warriors? You play this thing out. You try to trade. You try to compete here. Because if I'm Golden State, I'm saying let's just let these guys play. If they win, they win. If they lose, they lose. Klay Thompson, take it easy. Steph Curry, go take a vacation. Everyone is chilling for the rest of this trip, or for the rest of the season, excuse me. And Draymond Green now is saying that he might take some time off too. So I think that's already the sign that
well, I think that what happens is they become their team that's going to be really bad, and they're going to get in the lottery, and they're going to get a high lottery pick.
That's what I'm thinking.
And if you get a high lottery pick, and you have Steph coming back healthy, you have Draymond Green coming back, you have Thompson coming back healthy, that team can make some noise. And who knows, what you're going to do with some of the other pieces right now that you have in play. Are you going to be able to make moves, trade guys? D'Angelo Russell, will he be a guy who will be there for a while? Or will he be trade bait to bring in another veteran that's going to help your team out later on?
I think that might happen.
So I just think I think they just play out the string, although the string is a long ways. But, I think that they're celebrating their new building. They have an opportunity that they've won championships. But what teams are going to do? There's all those ass whoopings that they've been putting on people for years.
They're catching it now.
Whoa!
Why do the basketball gods hate them so much, Max?
Damn. No, their basketball gods were good to them. They won multiple championships, and then all of a sudden, boom, that is just parody. That's how it goes.
That's too much flexing with that.
Yeah,
all that Steph Curry throwing threes up, turning around, dancing, shimmy dancing, Draymond Green talking trash. Now what? What does Draymond become if he's not on a team like that? That's what I want to know. That would be interesting.
That would be interesting to see if he's still, because everybody's, oh my God, he's one of the top 10 players in the NBA. Really? Is he now? Is he a top 10?
No, he wasn't before.
Well, I'm just saying a lot of people say he was one of the top 10 players in the NBA.
I've heard it. Yeah.
So I don't think that anybody's gonna say anything other than that. He was one of the top 10, and and you're looking now, and it's just a kind of crazy situation. Look how Kyrie and that team have started out down in Brooklyn. What's gonna happen when Durant comes back? It's going to be, right now, it's Kyrie's team, but when Durant comes back, okay, is this going to be, what's it going to be? Can those two coexist? I think that's going to be very interesting.
If you're Brooklyn, though, you're just nervous about getting to that point, like bridging the gap until Kevin Durant, because a lot can happen, Max. A team could be destroyed from the inside until between now and Kevin Durant's return.
Absolutely, I think that is so true. The psyche of a young team can be. They chose that. Ain't nobody twist their arm about what their players are going to do. They chose that.
We'll never know what would have happened if Kevin Durant decided he wasn't going to go, because I don't think Brooklyn would have brought Kyrie in. This is a 2-for-1 here.
I don't know. I think Brooklyn was still going to bring him in. I think that he wanted to go back to Brooklyn. He's a marquee player. You're in a situation where you're in a marquee, city in New York. It's a no-brainer to me for Brooklyn to bring him in that situation.
Yeah. I don't know, man. From Brooklyn, I like what we had last year. I like, let's see what happens with.
I think you're always, Josue, is where you and I disagree, but you're always looking to upgrade your team. What's the phone company do right now? You have an i10, whatever phone it is, the i10, the i9. Hey, why don't you come in and upgrade? We need to get you the i14, you're due for an upgrade. All teams.
And if you don't, your phone start acting up.
Yeah, absolutely.
All of a sudden.
Absolutely. We got a trick for you. You don't want to do this? Guess what? Your phone ain't working no more.
You have to charge your damn phone every 2 hours.
Yeah.
All right, let's get up out of here. All right.
The big girls love that. Chicks love the last shot opportunity. Somebody give me a napkin so I can wipe my mouth.